Welcome to The Way I See It. My name is Estin Talavera, and today I brought on a special guest. Some of you will remember him from a podcast about a year ago, and this is Rich Yamamoto. Say hi, Rich.
Hi.
All right. And the reason I brought Rich on is he's gotten to do something very special. If you remember, I talked about the Braille Challenge a while back, and he won his division in the Braille Challenge. And Rich, why don't you tell them what that means for you? What does that mean?
So basically, that means since I won in my division, I took first over all the kids in my sophomore division. That being all the 13 or 14 kids in my division, and since I did that, I'm able to go to the National Braille Challenge in LA.
In Los Angeles, right?
LA, yeah. Los Angeles.
And what's different about the National Braille Challenge than the regional one?
The National Braille Challenge, you interact with people all over the country, I think, I want to say. All over the country and maybe some in Canada?
Yeah.
A little bit of Canada.
So what else do you do there?
You also, there's this little banquet the night before the Braille Challenge where you're basically at a hotel, all expense paid for 2 nights, and you're at the hotel, and that's where the banquet's supposed to be at. There's a swimming pool and everything, including games for you to lose.
Games for you to lose, huh? So you haven't won those games, huh?
Well, I've lost them.
Oh.
As in misplaced them.
So have you ever gone before?
Yeah, I went about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, so you went 4 years ago. So how old were you then?
8.
Do you remember a lot about that?
Well, I remember the banquet because there was food there. I remember swimming in the swimming pool with my sister. Can't remember if she gave me pointers on swimming, but I can't remember. I also remember getting fed French fries like a fish. Yeah. And I remember the next day, my grandparents. Well, I can't remember if they flew up, but I think my grandparents came up to see me after the nationals for the banquet and just to hang out.
Yeah. So would you say this is a pretty big deal?
Yeah.
So for people who are blind or visually impaired, being able to go and compete and show off your skills in Braille is a big deal, right?
Right.
One of the things that we've been talking about lately is how important Braille is and what that can do for you. And to have a contest where you can actually go and compete with other peers your age. And, this means that Rich was able to get number 11 out of 12 spots that were eligible to go to California. So there was one more person that got, there was 10 other people that were ahead of him, but he was eligible to go to California. That's a big deal because 12 out of about 128 to 130 students were picked. Yeah. So there was a lot of students. And so the fact that he actually got in is a huge deal. And so I wanted to interview him. Why don't you tell the audience what you'll be doing during the contest?
Well, there's, I think reading comprehension. There's proofreading. There's speed and accuracy. There's charts and graphs. And I think... No, there's no spelling.
Not for your group.
No, not for mine, which I'm really mad about. But
Yeah. And do you think that you'll place this year?
I don't know.
Are you hoping that you will?
Well, I'm just hoping I can. I'm just hoping that I try my best.
That's always good, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember the last prize was a $3,000 pack mate. And then there was a Focus 40 Blue Braille display.
Yeah.
If I could have chosen between the two, I probably would have chosen the pack mate, and that actually would have been a cool experience for me.
So what else do you think you'll get to do while you're up in California? What else do you think you'll get to do while you're up in California?
I'll probably get to meet new people. Probably get to have some family time with my parents and sister.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't you tell me your favorite part about the Braille Challenge? What's your favorite part?
Besides the food?
Yes.
Well, I guess interacting with new people, just making new friends there.
Okay. And And what's your least favorite category that you have to do?
Go home.
Yeah. What's your least favorite out of the speed and accuracy?
Speed and accuracy.
Yeah. Why don't you explain what speed and accuracy is?
Basically, you have a device, either a Bookport Plus or a Victor Reader Stream.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly a Bookport Plus. You can bring your own device if you want to, but they probably get annoyed with you. But basically, it's a Bookport Plus and a Braille writer and paper. That's all you have.
And what do you do?
And an SD card. You have.
So it's a Bookport Plus, an SD
Bookport
card.
Plus, an SD card. Put the SD card in the Bookport, and then you arrow over to the title that they want you to go to, which might actually be the one that you're focused on anyway. And then they give you a sample. They give you a sample on making sure it works and making sure everything will play. Then they pass out new SD cards, and then you basically get the
actual passage. And what do you have to do with that passage?
You have to write every single word for word of the
exactly
passage.
As they say it. Yeah.
Exactly as the boring author said.
Yeah. All right. Well, I wanted you guys to meet one of the contenders. We have 5 that are going from the Kansas area, and I wanted you to meet one of them that is going to go up to California and represent Kansas in the National Braille Challenge. So, for the way I see it, I'm Estin Talavera.